Damn, I don't know how much we're going to have if I start this so late. Probably 40 minutes. But you know what? It's enough to entertain you. Because we got some really interesting stuff today to talk about. Fallout, Dungeons and Dragons. Apparently, Dungeons and Dragons have gone really woke. If you want to know how woke a company gets, look at its profit margins, right? Like the lower the profit margins, the more woke the company. In the case of Dungeons and Dragons, there was someone that was posting yesterday, I believe, uh, packages that were being sold for $5. Like old campaign boxes, old campaign sets. It was at a discount bin. I'm trying my best to find it, but I'm really not surprised by this. And of course, you know, what's interesting is that this happens all the fucking time. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I finally found it. So, um, give me 1 second so I can put it on screen. Dungeons and Dragons has hit Ollies, right? So now it's an official Hasbro mark. You can buy all of this apparently, like Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves crap. For let me check how much. I think it's like under $5. Oh, $3. Holy fucking shit, chat. Holy fucking shit, $3. I don't even know if it's a bargain or not. I mean, it's still Dungeons and Dragons, right? Um, it's up to you, I suppose, if you want it. But it goes to show just how much the brand has dropped. Now it's interesting because like I keep hearing progressives, right? Like you have the fandom which is crying like, stop it, please, for the love of God, stop it, or we will not buy it. And they're like, oh, just a vocal minority of people. And then they make the changes, and then they notice people don't buy it. And then it's like, well, it can't be because we alienated those people and maybe they weren't a vocal minority. No, no, no. It's because it's going digital now. It's because everyone is playing it at the computer. Like that is it. And they don't even analyze, okay, well, is this the actual thing? Like, let's make a study. Let's look at some statistics. Like, how many people would have played it before and they're not playing it now? No, they're like just 100% convinced that it's got nothing to do with changing the thing. And it's not just changing the thing, but like people literally despise wokeness. And the reason is that it's mutual. Woke people despise the peasantry despise the woke people. It's just how it goes now. But no, okay. Later, Romani, why thank you, Soldio, for being a member for 20 months. And Artemis Fowl, oh my god, you found my live stream. I can't wait for Sargon to force Dev to lay out his prosecution of Roland, and Dev has zero prep work for a speech. It is true. No one does prep work. I saw Rags going around in the chat. It's like, can we prepare? Can we No, no one is preparing. We're going to wing it. It's more fun that way. More entertaining for the audience. At the end of the day, this is why we're playing. Unironically, though, if this was a single-player game, so if I was, you know, like just by myself, in this situation, okay, so you have like a murder case that, if solved, it leads to Tim Pool's greatest thumbnail, Civil War. Okay, so if you solve the murder, you get Civil War. Well, in that case, there's two options. Number one, completely ignore it. Or number two, frame someone else. As a matter of fact, I don't even understand, like, the rules in Sargon's universe. You can tell that they're created by a very bizarre group of people. Like the culture. Oh, well, there's a murder. You have to... No, like, where's the cynicism? Like basically, the Thieves Guild, according to Sargon, is like the feds. Like, they're the CIA. Why would the CIA not just be like, all right, well, you're not... We're taking you off this murder. We're putting someone more competent, and that other person is going to make absolutely sure that everything is solved in accordance to the happiness of both houses, right? Frame your party for the greater good. No, the moment to frame the old woman, like the Arch was suggesting, has passed. Look, listen to this. In Taiwan, a man in Taiwan was fined for calling a woman Cart Titan on social media. Okay, now I want to see this. Now I'm interested. Can you understand just how ass hurt that lady must have been in order to actually press charges? Like like in the playground you're calling for mommy, isn't it? Mommy! Billy called me the cart titan. And mommy is like, oh, but you don't look like the cart titan, my little shiggly-poof. Oh, I'm going to go to Billy's parents and make them pay a fine. $380. Oh my fucking god, look at this society, man. Just look at it. Oh, he called me the cart titan on social media. My pain can only be healed by the sum of $318. The Cart Titan is one of the anime's most many disfigured giants that wreak havoc. The offered woman took legal action against the man for daring to speak his mind. And worse yet, there was another who was punished even more severely for similar remarks, although for a more suggestive nature. This individual was hit with a $790 fine and a 25-day detention. Oh, fuck off, Taiwan. Fuck off. Like seriously, you're going to block people in prison for doing sexismus on the keyboard? Is that really the danger of society? Oh no, little Billy has a keyboard. Oh, well, now he can go to jail just like everyone else. Oh, yes, Mia. I don't understand. No, seriously. That, like, when did this become a thing? Because I'm thinking that when I was a kid, and the stuff that I've been called by men and women alike on the playground, holy shit. Like, if you get 25 days for that, oh, those people must have been locked for years if the law would have applied retroactively. Yeah, the downside is that we actually don't get a picture to see, yeah, it's an assault keyboard. We don't get a picture on the lady to see how she actually did look. Like, unironically, you know, like, imagine being the judge, and you have this lady, or the police officer to whom the complaint is filed, and you have this lady that looks identical like the Cart Titan. Like, it's so identical that you would think she did the mocap, she's the mocap actress for the thing, right? And she's sitting there, and she's like, he called me that I look like the Cart Titan. Hi, V. I support the way you roleplay. No need for Arcana. Who the fuck needs Arcana? Especially in a world that's not high magic. Like, if you're in a high magic universe, yes, but other than that, no, you don't need Arcana. They're literally inverting with what our parents taught us. Like, literally. Literally. Words can break your bones, but sticks and stones, right? Like, no, sorry, it's like, words can break your bones, but sticks and stones will never hurt you. I mean, when you have, like, a BLM protest, right, and they're breaking down businesses and shit, oh, that's fine. How many people get arrested, though? Like, is that a statistic which shows, like, how many people were arrested for vandalizing businesses in the United States? I am genuinely curious. Someone must have done that study, and we can see, and then compare it. Well, actually, you can't compare. You know, like, in the US, people don't get arrested for shit they say, but I've noticed a news report that came in. I have to verify it. Apparently, the FBI enticed a 15-year-old to do racismus on the keyboard and then raided the house of the parents. Isn't that the most American shit ever? Like, I am trying to... Like, I am on the side of believing that it happened, but I need to do some fact-checking. Like, I genuinely need to do research to see if it's true or not. But I can think it's true, yeah, because the FBI is so fucking incompetent that it can't actually find someone that does racismus on the keyboard. They have to groom someone into doing it. Isn't it like the tactic that they do? To be honest, grooming people in order to commit crime should be illegal. They call it, not incitement. They have another name for it. But their justification is like, oh, well, they were always going to be a criminal if they're going to give in to it, right? Like if they were a moral, decent person, they would have never committed the crime. And kind of like, but usually they go after people that have mental issues. They have done this since 9/11. Like, there are cases of it. Entrapment, yeah. Like, there have been cases of entrapment since 9/11. They would go to, like, a person that has mental issues and be like, hey, don't you want to commit a crime? Hey, isn't it cool? Usually, like, they would make an avatar of a very sexy ushikushi waifu. Like, a very hot woman, right? And then she is like, hey, don't you want to commit crimes, big boy? And when you commit the crime, ah, FBI under arrest. I mean, it's literally like a meme now, right? And they will say, well, yeah, but like the person was always going to snap. And I'm thinking, right, but like if the Ushikushi waifu that you created would be like, hey, don't you want to join the military, big boy? You know, serve your country, die in a foreign war. And if he joins the military and becomes a Marine, wouldn't you be able to say, well, he was always on the path of righteousness? I mean, it's literally like when you have individuals that are easy to be manipulated, that are easy to fall into whatever trap. That's why it's called entrapment, right? That it really depends, like, in which way you're manipulating them towards. And if you're, like, an FBI agent and you're getting a medal for that shit, shame on you. You know, you should actually catch criminals and people that are actually going to commit crime without the help of the FBI. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I mean, look at the Whitmore case. There were so many FBI agents there that apparently the judge dismissed the case. There were more FBI agents than there were criminals. Inducing psychosis should be illegal. No, it's not like that, but like when you have a person that's mentally unstable, and you're going to them with the purpose of trying to get them to commit a crime because you're a law enforcement agency and need a promotion, right? You need like more cases solved on your active file or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I do think that should be illegal. I don't think that's a normal way to do. Right? Like you shouldn't promote someone because, oh, look how good he is as an FBI agent. He convinced like 6 people to commit a crime that they normally wouldn't have committed if it wasn't him whispering poison in their ear. And any questions with Big Boy? And I'll say yes. I see. That's real life charisma mind control. Do you know what? I think that if you have 18 charisma, it's mind control. But if you have 18 dexterity, it's ultra instinct. So I need to create a character that has ultra instinct and mind control. It's not just the Gretchen Whitmore. Like, there are so many cases that when you look at it, apparently even with January 6th, like, there's now, it's no wonder that they didn't want the videos to be released. Because I was really wondering, it's like, why don't they want videos from January 6th to be available to the public? I mean, you have videos of 9/11 available to the public, why not January 6th? And the reason for it, like, there are videos now where there is a man that when the doors are open and they're pushing the crowd in, there's this lady that says, like, you're pushing us in. You're pushing us in. Why are you pushing us in? And the man that's doing the pushing has an earpiece. And, you know, like that type of thing. You know, it's not cool. It's not cool. Yeah, the whole Gretchen Whitmore case was also bizarre. It's like all of a sudden, oh look, and the thing is, like, they go on television and they congratulate themselves. Oh, look what good job we did. Look how great we are. Look how professional we are. You know, like, other countries don't do this. And ironically, like, other nations don't. Like, Romania doesn't do this. We don't have, like, police officers that try to instigate people into committing crime. You can literally just, I mean, you know, there are gangs and shit, and the police officers can try to go undercover, and it's very risky and it's dangerous, but hey, they catch actual criminals. Like, they literally catch actual criminals by doing this. But when you're, like, instigating people into doing crime, that's not police work. This is just, like, you trying to get, and by the way, like, even another thing that I hate about the American system, imagine they catch a teenager. A teenager who actually did commit a crime. But he committed a crime that's, let's say, 1 month worth of probation. And the prosecutor comes in and it's like, oh, well, you can either take the plea deal, which is 2 years in prison, or it goes to court and you can get 25 years. Right? I don't really think that's a normal thing to do. And this is why they say in America that rich folk get justice. It's because rich folk can afford a lawyer. And it's also like the lawyer will tell them, it's like, no, don't take that deal. That's ridiculous. No, they don't have evidence on you. Yeah, I mean, the incentive is to get convictions, right? It's not to do justice. Like, if you're a prosecutor, you need to get convictions. So you're going to do everything in order to accomplish that. Like, that's literally what they're paid for. It's to get convictions. It's not to get to the bottom of the case. It's not to solve the case. And there's another thing, right? Like, once they start a prosecution, they have to justify the costs. Because every single prosecution has costs affiliated with the paperwork, with the people involved, with the surveillance, and all of that, the experts, if there's any. So you have to find someone guilty, because if you start a prosecution and you find no one guilty, then you wasted money. And you can do that. You can waste money a couple of times per year, but if you keep doing it, then your job as a prosecution is in jeopardy. So you're heavily incited in order to at least find someone that's guilty. Yeah, the incentive system is definitely out of alignment with the public interest. And the thing is, most people don't even talk about this. Like most people genuinely think that the law is the law, and everything is fair, and the police are your friend, and the prosecutor is your friend, and is there to help you and give you advice. No, it's not. It used to be difficult for American conservatives to talk about shrinking the scope and power of the FBI, but even they see what they are now. Yeah, but now the left likes them. I mean, the left loves the FBI, right? The left is like, oh, all cops are bastards, this and this and that. But they don't view that the FBI is a problem, right? It's like, oh, the police is shooting black people. It's not that the FBI does it, right? The FBI is holy and sacred. The cops are evil and bigoted. Every prosecutor is thinking about their future political career. I don't even think a prosecutor should be able to be a politician, unironically. Like there are certain professions where if you consent to becoming that, you shouldn't be able to become a politician. I think a prosecutor should become a judge if they want to, but they shouldn't be able to become a politician. It protect and serve, yeah. Anyway, make me wish J. Edgar Hoover was back. Oh. Anyway, apparently they're going to make a Fallout movie. Holy shit. Hashtag concern. Listen to this. Prime. Amazon Prime is going to make Fallout. And it's going to feature, oh, this is beautiful. I this is what I wanted. It's going to feature heavy social political commentary, chat. Heavy social political commentary. Not gonna lie, up until this point, it looks good. Right? It looks kind of good. Brotherhood of Steel, vertebrates, and shit. The thing is, if you're going to do heavy social political commentary, Fallout is definitely the universe for it. There are some universes where it fits. There are some universes where it doesn't. But I am concerned because, listen to this. So many of us have naive ideas about what everyone else's experiences are. And it's one of the things I love about America, is this giant collection of different experiences, different points of view. When you start flapping your mouth and you don't say anything in 2 sentences, you already lost me. Every single fucking nation is different points of view. Okay? What the fuck are you talking about? 2 individuals are going to have 10 different points of view. This is not something new. This is something that... the concept that, other nations, okay? So, in Africa, everyone has the same point of view. Or in Romania, everyone has the same point of view. But then you have America, and there's, different points of view. We're going to focus on the character of Lucy, a vault dweller. Okay. He explains how the show will use Lucy to moralize to viewers. Exactly what I want in my entertainment, a woman to lecture me. How much money do I need to pay for this? How much money do I need to pay to benefit from Lucy moralizing to me? She is charming, plucky, and strong. Oh, another strong woman. Wow, I never seen this archetype before. This is like a brand new character. How is she going to differ from Abby from The Last of Us, I wonder? And then you see her confronted with reality. Maybe the supposedly virtuous things she grew up with are not necessarily that virtuous. If they're virtuous, they're couched in a circumstantial virtuousness. It's a luxury virtue. You have your point of view because you never ran out of food, right? You guys were able to share everything because you had enough to share. Oh, God. Another social justice story. From Amazon, I would have never expected it. The point describing the character Maximus, who is a squire in the Brotherhood of Steel, one of the things we're trying to gently sidestep here is that the kind of binary thinking, like they're the good guys or the bad guy. Okay, you lost me. Fuck off. Oh. Dios mío. Why can't they make just something for entertaining? You know, like why can't they make this Fallout movie is about what is it? The California Republic is trying to expand its borders and conquer the Caesar's legions. Like something like that, you know. The Enclave is coming, and I'm actually going to wonder, because they were saying, oh, it's about the haves and have-nots. Are you going to fucking blame the Democrats? Huh? Are you going to sack up and fucking do it? Like, they've been in power for quite a bit now, right? Like when you say the government, the system, it's the Democrats, isn't it? Are you going to blame them? Or are we still pretending that the Democrats are actually the upcomers? You know, they're the ones that are trying to fight against inequality, but like, goddammit, they just don't manage to get the power. They never get a hold of the races. Those evil Republicans that are constantly in control with their Catholic Church and their evil priests, right? And the Democrats, you know, if only they can manage to wake people up from Christianity and manage to gain control, they will bring upon change. Every faction leader will be a woman. I wouldn't be surprised. The cringe is their entertainment. Unironically, like someone said something which is difficult to debunk, but they say that wokeness is the product. Like, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make wokeness as the product, and I can't refute that. It's true. NCR takes over the Mojave Desert. Caesar's regions invades, pushes back the NCR. There are so many cool stories that you can do in the Fallout universe. You can make that. So there was a story where the Chinese are coming back and they're having a war with the Brotherhood of Steel, but the Chinese, they're using these instead of using power armors, they're using this stealth technology Gex, which makes them invisible. And as a side effect, they also go crazy. So you have like these cycle soldiers that are invisible and stuff, you know? Like you can make good entertainment without having to tell the same stories. Like, yes, I heard the woke story before. I know, yes, people oppressed. There's no good and bad. When someone robs from a store, it's virtuous. I understand, okay? If you get upset that someone is stabbing a kid, it's because you're far right. Like, I know these stories. I've been told them a million times. It's like hearing the same. Can you make up something new, please? Can you create a new story where the woman is the strong and empowered? You know, can you create the story of the strong and empowered man? Just one. Like, all the other 9 stories can have the strong empowered woman. But I want like an alternative story, like Pomni the Clown, where the woman is suffering. And the audience is trying to root for her so that she gets out of her situation. Can we make something like that? Is it possible? You know, like anime, where the woman is petite and she actually needs help and support? Can female characters even be portrayed like that anymore? Are artists allowed? Do we allow? I love it. It's like when you hear a leftist on Twitter, it's like, why do we allow? Why do we allow for this to be said? Why are we letting? Why are we permitting? Hello, Christic. Hello, chat. Old School Dungeons and Dragons wallpaper and D&D after that. Awesome. And I can't be here. I have some arrangements. with some jerks playing a game. Zenith, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Do you think that the next decade of video game movies will be as good as the first 10 years of comic book movies? No. is that even a question? No. What I think is going to happen is you're going to eventually get movies from South Korea or TV shows from South Korea, and Hollywood is going to die. Like, unironically, I do not think that Hollywood or Netflix are going to pick up the slack. I think that you're going to have either movies from Europe or movies from movies from South Korea and anime from Japan. That's what you're going to get. You're not going to get Hollywood making good shit for the next 10 years or so. They can't. They are corrupted to the core. Even if they have a good idea, if someone comes up with a good script, you're going to end up having the activists not allowing that script to go forth. I mean, look at Dave Chappelle, right? Like, Dave Chappelle makes this very beautiful commentary on Netflix. Sorry, not commentary, but he makes like this beautiful stand-up comedy on Netflix. And one of the transgender activists from within the community, I think it was like a middle management lady, breaks into the office of the director while he was in a meeting to demand. And I'm thinking, like, in what other company is this madness taking place? So, like, you're making a product that's profitable and you're making money, and while you're in a meeting, like imagine this, right? I'm trying to imagine how it would be if I was, so I'm making my video game, right? And I have an office and stuff, and my video game is very popular with the public. Like, I'm making millions of dollars, everyone buys it, everyone talks about it. And then one of my artists, well, actually, not even an artist, because they're not even with the production. No, like some middle management type of figure breaks into my office while I'm in a business meeting in order to mouth at me. And any business, any place on earth would fire that person on the spot. Would have security to escort them off the premises. You wouldn't even discuss, like, you'd press the little fucking red button under the table. But no, because it's Netflix and it's a progressive company with an ESG policy, they're going to be like, oh, we're so sorry, please, so sorry. And eventually that person gets promoted or whatever the fuck. See, I'm just thinking how AI will affect entertainment. Dude, AI can give you the best script ever. Okay? Like, AI can, like, right now it can't. But let's assume you have, like, Agi or some shit, and it's genuinely, literally, the best script ever. They will not publish it. They will get an HR lady to look at the script and do, like, the offense reading. Or they will use the prompt for the AI to give you a pause script. Because, like, if you go to ChatGPT and you say, like, make me woke Star Wars, it will make you fucking woke Star Wars. So I don't think that AI will actually change. Because, like, the problem is, you look at Disney. They know what the people want. They said this in their last talk with their shareholders. They know what the public wants. They know that what they make is what the public hates. But they think that their agenda is more important. What they want is to target the children. Okay? They believe exactly what every other Marxist ideology believed. From China, like with Mao Zedong, to Russia with Lenin and Stalin. They all believe the same thing. Okay? They believe that the children are the future in the sense that you indoctrinate the kids, and then when the adults grow old and die, you have the kids that have been indoctrinated. And they will indoctrinate their grandkids as well. So they're not really trying to reach out to the adult. They don't really care about what you guys think, and they don't care about what the normies think. They care about what the kids think, right? They care about the people who go on TikTok, the Zoomers. That's what they're interested in. That's where the propaganda is directed towards. The parents, they know they can't convince. They're not going to convince parents, especially like people who lived in the good times, like people like ourselves who experienced the good internet when there wasn't censorship and shit. Anyway. I've seen someone made the Saw movie using an AI and it was entirely AI generated. I mean, it is possible. Again, like the problem isn't the fact that they can't make good movies, because they can. They literally can. I mean, it's not like people don't have the technology or they lost the way of writing. No, they still are capable of making good movies. They choose not to. They choose not to. There are gatekeepers that are activists, right? They will not allow for good movies to be made. If you're an artist at a AAA company, like, it's not like artists at AAA don't know how to draw tits anymore. Like let me show you something, okay? So I'm going to look at Neverwinter Nights box art, right? So this is something that was made, I think, when I was still in high school, but it's an amazing box art. Like, I personally love it. It's I think it's Lady Annabeth from Neverwinter Nights, right? And the reason that I love it is, like, first of all, it's not anime. Like, this is completely Western made, right? So this is Western art before it went to shit. And it shows, like, actually a strong woman, right? Like, she is in a plate armor, like, showing that she goes to battle. So it's like a fantasy setting. But she's still fucking feminine. Like, she's still feminine. You can see that she has sensuality. She's like, still has, like, proportions. Like, you can tell that she is a female character, right? And the reason that it's really great is because it also shows the magic. Like she's a fantasy character. You see that she's elvish. She's got, like, elvish features. She's got, like, this pale beauty to her. And on top of that, like, her hair is going upwards, so, like, she's magical. When I see this, I want to have an adventure in this fucking universe, chat. I want to be next to her exploring a dungeon or some shit. It's inviting me towards this. Like, I want to be a part of this, right? But when you look at Abby from The Last of Us, do you want to have an adventure with her? Do you want to sit down and have a cup of coffee? No, you fucking don't. You want to run away. And it's the same with almost every single other character that's being made in the West right now. Like people usually laugh at me when I say that tits sell, but they fucking do. The cleavage is important. It's part of femininity. Men don't have cleavage unless they're fat. But my point is, right? It's not that the aesthetics is lost. It's not that they don't know how to do it. Like there are artists today that can do 100 times better art style than the Neverwinter Nights screen. The main issue, however, is the fact that the HR lady wouldn't allow you to do this, right? So if you do something like this, the HR lady would say, well, actually, the armor isn't good enough. Like, why is she wearing plate armor when it's not protecting her entire body, right? So dress her full up in plate, nerve the titty, and then they would say, well, actually, we don't like the physique. Like, she needs to have broader shoulders, you know, make an Adam apple over here. And that's, you know, give her, like, something that's more hip with the teenager. Like, give her the California mental illness haircut. Why can't we give her vitiligo? Like why can't she have a skin disease, right? Like let's make it like that so we can score some points on that aisle. That's the reason why you don't have good art. It's not like the AI, you need AI in order to make it. You already have artists that can make stuff better than the AI. There are plenty of artists who do sexy still, it's just that they can't get past the dark hags of HR. I love it, dark hags of HR, I'm stealing that shit. That is so good, yes, the dark hags of HR. That is literally what is happening. I speak with people from AAA. I talk with people from within various industries. From Ubisoft to Blizzard. I actually lost my contacts at EA Games. But they all tell me the exact same shit as the dark hags of HR. The games are so bad that even Cleavage would not be able to sell them. Dude, I disagree. I genuinely disagree. I mean, I'm looking at phone games, and there are certain games that literally all they have going is cleavage. Just cleavage. And they sell. They sell. Why? Because of... the hag race of HR. Dark hags of HR should be a comic. You know what? I'm actually... hold on. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to draw this. Okay. Give me 1 second so I can figure out how to... oh, here we go. I want you to draw me in the style of Brothers Grimm a thumbnail called The Dark Hags of HR. These are hags who work at a AAA gaming company in HR positions, deciding what is allowed and what isn't. Hold on, it's creating. It's working, chat. It's working. It's halfway through. Up. I love the fact that one is a guy. It even added a little bit of diversity, right? It even went like, okay, well, this one is there. Hold on, let's add it in Pixar style. Make it Pixar style. This is beautiful. These tits are too big. The shoulders are not wide enough. We need to have more representation. Yes, like how can people feel included if they don't see themselves on the big screen? They even gave it a snake. Alright, make it Dark Souls style. We should deal with the hags of HR in the same way we deal with hags in DND. What, by avoiding them? Now this is art. I know. I know, this is art. Absolutely. Too bad it's AI generated. If an artist draws it like this, he would be cancelled. Ah, this is so good. This is so fucking good, chat. Oh, I love it. Okay, one more. Then I have to go to DND. Make it HP Lovecraft style. It's thinking, chat. It's contemplating. Art takes time. You can't rush the artiste. Again, I find it interesting that it keeps making men as hags. Like, it's not entirely wrong. Debosh Kushi. Anyway, right. I need to go and play Dungeons and Dragons, so I'll talk to you later, guys. See you on the other channel.